I forgot to actually mute the audio, so it's playing through my. You can hear it play through my laptop right now. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another live show. It is Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and as I always say, 11 a.m. on Thursday in Australia for my Aussie friends. And I didn't say it. I didn't say what I normally say for my Austrian friends, also my Australian friends. What's up, everybody? I have new sound effects. Ready? I am so excited about that one. That one's going to get played a lot. You have been warned. Welcome to another Technically Speaking Live, which we do every single solitary Wednesday where I get together with Stats. Stats, hit him with that deep vocal.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Jason is the only one that's checked in on the chat yet.
Welcome to checking in on the chat, Jason. The lovely tunes from Stats and Scott. I've got sunshine on a cloudy day when it's cold outside. I've got the month of May. Oh gosh, I'm so excited to see everybody. We got a really interesting show, but I want to kick the show off saying I have now discovered Titos and soda. The first time I've actually discovered, I know, right? I'm an adult. I feel like I'm an adult now. I am a 37-year-old, 21-year-old, if that makes sense. It's delicious. Not a lot, just a shot and a big old cup of water, and it's delicious and everything about it. So low calorie too. It is very low cal. There's a total of 0 carbs in there. I am down 15 pounds.
Wow. That's awesome. I'm down 0.2 pounds in the last 3 weeks.
I am down in the last month and a half-ish. I started just shortly after the holiday. I am down 15.
That's fantastic, brother.
Thank you. I appreciate that. So again, big show today. We're going to talk about some other tech YouTubers, a channel that I was on this past weekend, Pixel 5 reference, Pixel 4 stuff, Pixel Bud stuff, Pixel, all the things. Also, stop filming in vertical. Going to go on a little bit of a tangent where I got into a really good conversation with Travis MCP earlier on Twitter that talked about why negativity seems to be very clickbaity. Probably not a lot to that. Why you should never use Ring and you should always use Google Nest Hello. If that's what it's called, Nest Hello. That's the Ring. Yeah. HQ Trivia shuts down, and iPhone going, what? I'm sorry, did I just stroke out there for a second? iPhone going backwards to the iPhone 9. But I really want to kick it off with one of the first things is what I did this past weekend. This past weekend, I had a chance to join Tech King Mike's. I've talked about it on the show before. I'm now doubling down saying exactly what he is creating on his particular channel is something that I feel is incredibly special. So I'm going to try to see if I can link this video in the chat. This video is it's 2 hours. It's a long time. So just keep that in mind.
Very long.
Say again?
That was a very long tech fight. 2 hours?
It was 2 hours, but it was really, really cool. So that's why I want to describe exactly what it is. Do you wear a smartwatch to help with that? Yes, I wear a Fitbit, but I don't remember what the that was. To help with that, do you remember the that?
I think it's with your stroking out.
Oh, yes. It doesn't help. Let me just tell you that right now. Ms. Kathleen, thank you so much for joining. It is 5:06 p.m. on the West Coast for you. And in case you didn't evidently know how to read a clock, I apologize for that. Please do not lash out. Please. Wait. Nope, not the right one. There we go. Anyway, this past Saturday, Jason, that's a tough comment. I'm going to get into that for a second. So this tech fight that I was a part of, I was actually a judge this past Saturday. Tech King Mike did a battle royale. So I have been a competitor on Saturday Night Tech Fights before with Tech King Mike, and it's super stressful. Did not mansplain you. Please, I didn't mean to do that. Come on. Fine. This past Saturday, I was on this Tech King show, but before, so usually it's just one-on-one. So it was me versus Brother Ben. My brother Ben over in the UK. We did a tech fight. It's just a debate. It's not like we're going to throw hands at each other or anything like that. We just went back and forth, talked a lot about really good tech questions, and it was our job to debate one side. Yes, this thing does it. No, this thing doesn't do it. I think one of the questions was, is foldables a gimmick? And so we had to take one of the sides on that. That was one of the questions. But this past weekend, Mike was just giving away a $100 gift card to Amazon for the winner, and then a $50, $75 or $50 for the second place or in third place. He was incredibly gracious. It was a blast. It was a fun time. Effectively, you would go into this live show and somebody would say, okay, who wants to go up first? Somebody volunteered, and then you needed a competitor to go against them. And then that competitor would come out and say, okay, you have to pick a side. The side is, do you think 5G is worth it? That was one of the questions. Someone would say yes. The other person had no choice but to take the other side and then debate their point. They had 60 seconds to debate the point, both sides. And then one of the three judges, and I was one of them, we'll get to that in a second. I was one of them, had to say, hey, loved your argument, didn't love your argument. The winner for this particular round is, stats or whatever. And it was a 2-hour live event, and it was a blast. We had, like Jason had mentioned, Travis came in, and he was one of the competitors. Although I'm not really sure what happened there. I was really I really wanted Travis to come in and really provide a unique point of view, and he definitely provided something that was very unique. And I was really hoping that he was going to go a little bit further, because I agreed with the one statement that he made. I was just hoping he was going to go a little bit further. He went like 5 seconds of the 60 seconds. But overall, it was a fantastic time. I absolutely love it. And I'm going to go on record here and say I want to do everything that I can to help Mike build this, because I believe so much in what the live show, especially the one on Saturday, did. He's been talking about doing it maybe every other week, every 3 out of the 4 weeks in a month. If you do not know Tech King Mike, hopefully stats, can you look up, it's Tech King Mike on YouTube. Let me just look it up real quick. Tech King Mike. Tech King, yeah, oh yeah. Let's see, Tech King. You can hear my vicious, my God, I am an awful typer. Hey,
Damn hands.
I got these big hands, like just banana hands. Let me drop it here. That is Tech King Mike's channel. Go over, check it out, go watch it. It's a blast. Love it. And yeah, hello, Miss Becky, and hello, Mr. Mayor. Mr. Mayor is getting over the flu. I am glad that you're better, Mr. Mayor. Ah, boy. Titos and soda.
That's actually one of Becky's favorite drinks.
Really? Titos and soda? All right. So we got a lot of stuff happened with the Pixel just in the past 24 hours or so. Hang on a second. I'm sorry. It seemed to fit. We got a Pixel 5 reference. We got a lot of conversation around the Pixel 4. We got a lot of conversation about the random fact that Pixel Buds, the new Pixel Buds, showed up at B&H Photo of all places. Like nowhere else, just B&H Photo.
Wait, they're actually on sale?
Pre-order.
Ah.
They just showed up randomly as pre-order of all places, B&H Photo. Not Amazon, not anywhere else.
B&H seems to get a lot of really cool, interesting, unique tech stuff. I wonder if they used to work for some of these companies or
B&H is
went to school with some of the guys who run some of these companies. Or
no B&H is just it's just an audio video like it's a photography videography store.
I understand, but they always seem to have. I mean, that's. Yeah, I don't know. That's weird.
I don't really understand it either. But the idea is like it looks like it's up and now it's gone. According to 9 to 5 Google, it listed the product as at $179, which okay. I mean, look, full disclosure, I'm getting them day one. I could go if I could go pre-order them right now, I'd go do it. I'm waiting to pre-order them from the Google store, of course. But the idea is I want these. They look fantastic. I love the AirPods. I love the AirPod Pros. But every single day, I mean, I literally every single day since the original Pixel Buds have come out, I wear them every day. Every single day. And they still work.
I use mine every single day.
And I love them. They are incredible. I love the fact that I can use it with the Google Assistant. I use a lot of like voice transcription and things like that when I'm using them. They're great for conference calls, because I can just mute and then just go bebop around and I don't have to think about it and I can control everything with my voice. It's just fantastic. So it looks like we're getting close. I don't know how close, but evidently close enough that B&H made an accidental boo-boo, pushed this, and then I've now pulled it and it's reverted back to something else. So I think we're getting closer to Pixel Buds. I would love to know, of my big Pixel peeps that are out there, are you getting Pixel Buds day one? You have Pixel Buds now, so I'm going to go to stats first. Stats, are you going to get Pixel Buds day one?
Day one, probably no. I'll wait until you get yours and see if they work with my weirdly shaped ears that most other unattached headphones seem to fall out of.
That's fair.
Because I have the Pixel Buds. I know the current Pixel Buds. I know I can use those on the treadmill without them falling out. These, like the AirPods, I'm very curious to see if they will actually stay in my ears. But if they do, yes, I'll probably get them.
Yeah, I need them. Like the SpongeBob meme. I wish I had it. Like I don't need them. Let's be real. I don't need them. I just really freaking want them. I almost dropped another word. Like that's how excited I am about the Pixel Buds. It's like I really, really want them. Andrew, you're right. It is the video photography store. You're 100% right about that. Kathleen, that makes me a sad panda. I am a sad panda. Oh, speaking of sad panda. So you guys know that I absolutely love the clearly white Pixel 4 XL that I have, but I changed it. And I am not a fan typically of what I'm about to show you, but I was like, I got to try this out. And so I went here and got the camo robot from D-Brand. You got to go closer. I'm trying to get it to where it's in focus.
It's not on the screen yet.
Okay, it's not on screen yet. Hang on. Let's like get it close to my face. I mean, I could hold it up, but it's just blurry.
It's coming out.
Hang on, here we go. This seems better. I went with the skin. So this is a white Pixel 4 XL, and I went with the robot camo, and it's super interesting. Definitely the strangest skin I've ever seen on any of the phones I've ever had. But anyway, I just wanted to show you that. Did I see a Brother Ben reference? Brother Ben, lover of tech from the UK. It is like 1 o'clock in the morning there. The man never sleeps. He's also the fiercest competitor, and I still got jobbed in the 5th round. I'm telling you, I would have knocked you out. I did knock you out. I'm telling you right now. Anyway, welcome to the show, Mr. E. Root, who is also doing tremendous work on his videography career over on his YouTube channel. Love it. Okay, so we talked about the Pixel Buds. Let's talk about the Pixel 5 reference. Now, I have a question. Do we think that it's a Pixel 5 reference, or is there a Googler that's randomly putting it in AOSP, and that's really a Pixel 4a reference? Do you think they're pulling a fast one? It was a good question. Effectively, what it is a Googler is mentioned in Android open source. That they specifically say I haven't had a chance to try and test this particular kernel on a Pixel 5. I mean, maybe. It wouldn't surprise me. I mean, the idea is we're getting into... I'm sure that there's probably some type of weird demo. All the phones have like a lot of different versions, not just a Google thing, but like a ton of different versions. I would be interested to know if that is actually a Pixel 5. But it's the first time it's actually showed up in open source. So, I mean, we knew that it was coming. So I guess the big news is hey, they're working on Pixel 5 stuff. I mean, to be fair, like whatever. I don't think much about it. We knew there was going to be a Pixel 5. Like none of that is really earth shattering.
Yeah, it's very unlikely that Google would just stop at the 4.
Yeah, like you know what? We're not going to call it the 5. Why? Why would you not call it the 5? Oh, you're going to do what iPhone did with? I'm going to skip the 9 and I'm going to go straight to X, but it's not X, it's 10. Well, what happened to the iPhone 9? Well, we skipped it. Is there an iPhone 9? Stick around. We're going to talk about that actually. And then they went to an iPhone 11 Pro Max, and they're like, we're going to talk about we're going to go back to iPhone. Like, no, we know that there's a Pixel 5 coming. It's not they're just going to not stop making it. That would be stupid because they're actually doing really, really well. And you're right, a rematch is overdue, Ben. Ben, appreciate you. Go back to bed, sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite. Did that get weird? Did I make it weird?
Only if Ben has bed bugs, and if you do, Ben, you should probably get that checked out.
I'm so dumb. Pixel 4. I think the Pixel 4, like the rumors talk about the Pixel 4a just being the smaller version, so not the XL version. There is no 4XL according to all the rumors out there. And I'm really interested to know if the 4a is going to be a lot like the success of the 3A and the 3A XL last year. Hang on, I'm gonna take a drink. Okay, I swear to you, I only have like 4 more of those in me. Maybe 5. I believe, and this was a good topic of conversation on that tech fight, was about the mid-range phones and things of that nature. Like, is $1,000 phone kind of is that kind of the thing we should just grow to expect? And maybe not. We're now into the point, I think some of the points that was actually talked about was the fact that people are now using payment plans where they're not locked in contracts anymore, but they're effectively locked in a contract because they're making payments on their phone. I have no trouble with that. I don't care at all. There's no interest. There's literally nothing. You're not out anything. If you're happy with your service and you don't care about paying $36 a month for 24 months, go for it. Literally don't care. People buy cars on payments all the time. Houses, cars, boats, motorcycles,
RVs.
Yes. People bought credit cards, cameras, words. Okay. That was good talk. So we talk about all this Pixel stuff. I have a confession. I have been using for about a week a OnePlus 7T as my primary device. Kevin the Tech Ninja sent me this and was like, you need to try this out. I have a really hard time giving up my Pixel 4 XL device as my daily driver because I take a tremendous amount of photos. I love taking photos with my phone. I am all in, and twice on Sundays all in on taking photos and videos with mobile photography, computational photography. You're not going to find a bigger fan than me. Well, I'll take that back. There's a lot of people out there that are pretty fanboyish on that. But I had a hard time. But I got to tell you, OnePlus has done a lot of nice things in here. And I'm going to do like a kind of comparison video. There's an imprint, and so in the screen, I don't know, you guys won't be able to see it. You can kind of see it like right here. There's an under screen fingerprint reader. Now, for the record, I absolutely love the fingerprint, or no, take that back. I love the face unlock on the Pixel 4. It is the fastest that I've seen on really any device. And I still stand by that. And I love it. Even at nighttime, like in the middle of the night, I have no trouble with the Pixel seeing my face. That's a really weird quote to take out of context.
I was going to say, have you ever asked the Pixel if it has trouble looking at your face?
That's a really strange, like, quote out of context. Like a real, like, you know what? My phone never struggles to see my face. Susie Q always sees me. So weird. ASMR. That's one. But the OnePlus 7, there is a ton of stuff that you can do from a customization perspective, and I actually really physically like the look of the device, although the big round camera bump on the back is definitely weird. There are disadvantages for me. This is just for me specifically when it comes to this. I am a very big user of moment lenses. There is no case for this version of the OnePlus. There are versions for other OnePlus devices, not this particular one. The OnePlus 7T Pro, something like that. I think that one definitely has a moment lens. But anyway, I digress. There is a lot of things that this particular phone has gotten done and done really well in comparison to the Pixel 4. But I have loaded Gcam onto it. Now you can go out and check my Twitter. I said, I think it's really stupid that you have to load something else on a phone to get it to work the way that you want. And it doesn't just come out of the box that way. My Pixel comes out of the box that way. I don't have to think about it. But when I loaded the Gcam onto it, I gotta say that it's a really amazing, like super amazing device. The pictures are a little more grainy and a little more bluish. Like, so they're a very cold temp compared to the Pixel 4, which is really cold compared to the iPhone. So when you put two photos side by side, and I'm going to do this in a video, and when you do this in a video, you're going to see like there is a tremendous temperature difference. And I think it does not take as good of photos straight up, in my opinion, as on the Pixel or the iPhone. It is like Pixel, iPhone, and then probably this one. I don't have a new Samsung, so I can't compare it to any of those things. So the idea is like if OnePlus can get the camera right, oh boy. I mean, it's going to be those two for sure, in my mind, are the Android phones to own. Again, I'm not a Samsung guy, so keep me honest on that, is the idea of those are the ones to have when it comes to photography and videography. But boy, Samsung is putting the heat on people when it comes to that. I would love, like Samsung, if you're listening, which you're not, but if you're listening, or anybody who knows somebody in media relations that they want to send me a S20 Ultra, sure, I'll try it out. I'm literally gonna put you through the paces of photography and videography. I don't care anything other than that. And in my last two videos that have not been live shows, I have used mobile videography in both, and no one has said anything about, oh, that quality sucks. I couldn't tell that was filmed on an iPhone or anything else. You legitimately cannot tell. I filmed in 4K, 60 frames a second using both the OnePlus and the iPhone, and no one has told me which frames it is.
Was that for the Soundbox video?
One of them was for the Soundbox video. Well, I feel like that's cheating because you were there.
Well, no. I'm honestly asking the question. I couldn't remember which one you had in the grip.
Yeah, so it was the iPhone 11 Pro Max when I was doing the Soundbox video, which, by the way, is a dope video. If you have not checked out that video, shame on you. Watch the rest of this show and then immediately binge watch all of the latest videos that I've made, starting with Soundbox. That one first. But the next one after that was actually, I take that back. In both the in the Soundbox video itself, I used three different cameras. The Canon that I'm shooting on now, the iPhone 11 Pro Max, and the OnePlus 7T.
And we were using your Google Pixel 4 XL to control the music.
And I use my Google Pixel 4 XL for the thumbnail. I legitimately, okay, now that I talk this through, that's pretty crazy when you think about it.
You used four different pieces of camera technology.
Yeah, I used 4 different pieces of camera technology to make that one video. So inside the Soundbox video, I used a Canon to film my A-roll, an iPhone 11 Pro Max for all the outside stuff that you saw. While I was outside, I used a Pixel 4 to control the music that you heard in the video. And then I used inside the studio for some of the shots of the controls, the OnePlus 7T, and all of that was done in post-production. So again, all of that was filmed in 4K, 60 frames a second. And then I used portrait mode to take a picture of the soundbox thumbnail. That's just a picture of it on top of my Jeep, by the way. That is literally the soundbox on top of the hood of my Jeep, me bend down, looking up at it, snapped a picture because I liked the way that it looked in the sky, and that was it. I probably should spend more time on my thumbnails because no one watches my videos. I don't get clicks. I just don't. But yeah, I mean that is crazy to think about. The new phone will be the Alphabet percent. Alphabet 05.
He meant the Type 5.
Okay. What is Becky talking about?
That she puts phones on the payment plan so she doesn't have to take the hit all at once.
That's the way to do it. I cannot believe I used 4 different devices. That's crazy to think about. In one video, how far we've come. Like when I filmed outside, I didn't carry the Canon with me. I just didn't. I filmed it with my phones because that sound box is 34 pounds. I did not want to carry any other unnecessary equipment. Apple Monster, welcome to the show. That's 2. I still have 2 more left in me. All right, so we talked about that. Let's go to, can we please, for the love of God, stop filming vertical? I get it. Everybody's going to talk about, but TikTok does this, and Instagram does that, and Snapchat does. Look, I don't care. Google somebody has taken the time. Did you just sneeze? No. Do you need to sneeze?
No.
Do you need to mute? Do I need to mute you?
No, I'm good.
Let me clear my throat. Sorry. Felt like I hadn't done that one in a while. Google has had to take the time to develop an algorithm called autoflip that will automatically crop your videos for different aspect ratios. Now that's cool. And then Android police had to go and ruin that title so you can finally record a horizontal video and still add it to your vertical Instagram story. Just don't, dear Instagram, stop it. TikTok, quit it. Quit it now. Snapchat, stop it. You stop it. None of them are going to stop. It's gotten to the point now that Adobe Premiere and all these huge nonlinear editors are going, oh man, we got to really figure out a way for people to edit in vertical. I don't want to watch anything in vertical. Now that I've said that.
I was going to say, it kind of sounds like you've got a butt coming on here.
I do. Oh, God, I hate admitting this. I don't like to... God, okay. So I have a problem. So I watch a lot of YouTube videos on my mobile. You know this. Everybody knows this. I watch a ton of videos on my mobile. So, God, I'm so dumb, I'm about to admit. I will watch YouTube videos filmed horizontally, so like this. But I will watch them like this. So the screen is legitimately just like the top third, and everything else is just like comments and words, but the video is like literally up here. I will watch a whole video like that. I will not flip the screen.
No, when I'm laying down in bed trying to get ready to go to sleep, I do the exact same because it's easier to hold the phone that way.
Oh, like you're talking about like
vertically,
this?
Yeah.
It is a lot easier, especially when you're laying in bed, to watch something like this, not like this. And I'm now the same person saying, get off my lawn. Don't film like this. You film it like this so I can watch it like an idiot like this. I don't even, like, this is a big, beautiful screen. Same with the iPhone. Same with the Pixel. But yet I decide to use the top quarter of part of the screen to watch video on a screen that's like this big.
To attempt to rescue you from embarrassment, because that's what a good executive producer does.
Nice.
I'm so lazy. I won't even actually click on the video. I will let it auto play in the scroll for 30 to 60 seconds to see if I'm interested. Then I'll click on it to get the actual sound. Yes.
So you don't even watch the video. You watch it again like I do, like a heathen, like this, but you don't actually watch the video.
No, I'm watching it. I'm just not hearing it.
You're not hearing anything. Are you looking at the captions?
No, I don't even have the captions.
Oh my God.
I'm just watching it to see if the video itself is
It's interesting.
A, shot well enough, and B, interesting, and then I'll click on it.
Dear content creators, we are not alone in this. I do the exact same thing. We are heathens. There are more heathens in this world like us. So you have like 10 seconds max to grab our attention,
I would
or
say
you'll lose us.
That plus the title, because I will stop scrolling on an interesting title and give the video that 30-second preview to load, and then I might click on it.
See, there you go. Content creators, are you listening? That's what it is. Mr. Eroot, I've watched full videos in preview. I agree. I've done the same darn thing. Same thing. I've watched the whole thing. You can't even hear it. You can't even hear it in preview. Nothing. I watch a whole video in preview. What'd you watch? A really cool documentary. How long was it? 13 minutes. What did you learn? I don't know. I couldn't hear anything.
I watched one last night that actually didn't need sound and was better without sound. It was a 17-year-old kid who recorded himself every single time he went to the gym, going from a 98-pound squat to a 375-pound squat over 20 months. And I watched it without sound because it didn't need sound.
Sure, we'll go with that. It didn't. You're right. It doesn't need sound. I'm also a person that will watch a lot of YouTube videos and not actually physically look at the phone.
Oh, you're just listening to the audio?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I do that a lot. I do
that
that a lot
with Two Bears when you're in the shower.
I do when I listen to Tom Segura and Bert Kreischer's Two Bears, One Cave. I do that. I will put it on. I do it a lot in the car. Like I put it on and then I throw my phone over in the passenger seat and I just listen. That's my version of podcasting. So all the podcasts that I listen to are actually video podcasts or vlogcasts. What would you call that?
They're vlogs.
You mean a vlog?
Yeah.
Why would you call it a vlog?
Because I wanted to.
Is this another Phillips Way?
Maybe.
Okay. I'm gonna leave that in there. We're gonna see what the people say to that. Like when you said it, I was like, I've heard you say it before, and like it never dawned on me what you meant until you just said it.
It's a portmanteau of video log.
It's a what?
That is a real word. A portmanteau is when you take two words, you mash them together to create a new word.
I don't actually know if that's a factual statement. I truly I believe you. I want to believe you because you're a good person, mostly.
You. Sometimes.
I don't actually know if that's what that thing means, though. I was like, why are you talking about feet before? Like, what does feet have to do with this? Well, I don't understand what you're talking about. No, that's what I do. I was like, I will just throw the phone over, and a lot of the podcasts that I listen to is, I don't actually listen to it on a podcasting app.
Yeah.
I just don't. This Foldgate. The Z Flip isn't glass after all. The very next thing. Everybody and their brother on Twitter this past week has talked about, I can't wait till I get my Z Flip and blah, 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 blah. Look, it's cool to the point of it is a step in the direction of innovation. That's the thing for me that is the coolest part. I myself do not mind that my phones look like candy bars. Candy bars. Like, I don't mind that at all. I don't like the idea of folding up a phone. That's not a tradition. Like, how do I say this? I know that if I fold up an old flip phone from when I was in my teens, that it meant to be folded, like the technology meant to be folded. I can't say that. This technology is also meant to be folded. So that's a dumb statement. How do I want to say this statement? It's still, to me, there's a lot of potential mechanical failures in the current iteration of the flip phones.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, especially if and when, because as the article that you mentioned, and I'm sure you were going to get to it, that they're not actually using glass as we know it, like the glass that you're holding in your hand right now, because that would break under so many folds.
But according to Samsung, that's glass. according to Samsung has come out and said it is ultra thin glass. Ultra thin glass that's durable. Think about the words that I just used in that sentence. Ultra thin glass that is durable. Now, if you go out and you look up Jerry Riggs Everything on YouTube, wildly popular YouTuber that does a lot of very strange, a lot of really unnecessary tests,
but
in my personal opinion.
So much fun to watch because he's taking $1,000 device and just destroying it.
Pretty much. He's done it to a lot of devices. He got his hands on a Galaxy Z Flip that uses this ultra thin glass, and so he always puts each glass everything through the test of what he uses.
The Mohs hardness scale.
Thank you. I could not think of that word, the Mohs hardness scale. And so he was going through, and the big common thing is glass typically scratches at a level 6 with deeper grooves at a level 7. He got to level 2. And you know what scratches at level 2? Plastic. Plastic scratches at level 2. Now, Samsung had to come out and say, well, there is a protective plastic covering over the ultra thin glass. That's why it scratches. But then he proceeded to like gouge the crap out of the actual like plastic into the glass, and it still did the plastic thing. So they've had to come out and effectively say, no, it's still glass. Now that everyone's questioning them, everyone's like, I mean, I hear you say that it's glass, but it looks like plastic, it scratches like plastic, it reacts like plastic, and yet here you're talking about it being glass. I think the best thing that Samsung could come out and do is like, it's plastic. It's plastic. That's it. Now, aside from that, the Galaxy Z Flip is far and away much better than the Motorola Razr. Much better. Zach, the guy that does these tests, has now had to add an intricate option to the test where he takes the phone that, again, flips up and down or inside and out and grab a handful of like rocks and drops it in and then folds the rocks on top of it. And it sounds terrible. And it's not great for the devices, of course. But the point is that the Galaxy Z Flip actually within the hinges themselves have like little, I don't want to say filters, but almost like brooms, like little tiny brushes that go like this and kind of brush the dirt away from the hinges.
The hinge mechanism
and eventually like he did it and it was like and then stopped. So it worked. It did not do the same thing for the Motorola Razr. The Motorola Razr was trashed. Well, both phones were trashed, but like he trashed the Razr much, much faster than the Galaxy Flip. And the most interesting thing with the Z Flip is so it folds like this, clamshell style. So he turned it around and then bent it the wrong way. And it took 4 full pressure like bends the wrong way for it to crack. And it still functioned after the crack. It was a fascinating video to watch because he folded it willingly the wrong way, 4 times full pressure on the hinge, and it held 4 times, and then it cracked at like the plastic hinge and then still functioned after that.
Wow.
I got to give it to Samsung in this. Like, if you're going to buy a folding phone, well, the first folding phone I would have gotten was the Galaxy Fold, the one that folds like a hot dog, and then it would have been this one. But I have zero interest in an actual foldable phone unless someone sends it to me for free.
Right.
Samsung. I'm not going to pay the price of $1,400 for the Z Flip. I'm just not going to do it.
With a plastic screen.
With a plastic screen. Just not going to happen. Do I have anything in the comments?
Just about to check that. I was actually reading that article while you were talking.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, Modern Day Tech. Thank you very much for that. I am a singer when it comes to my Instagram stories. I was like old school 90s, like just letting it fly today.
I actually want to make a comment to Larry.
What's the question?
Oh no, it wasn't a question. He was mentioning a pull-out display for advanced phone tech from the movie Red Planet.
It is funny that you mentioned that.
Well, I didn't. Larry did.
It's funny that you mentioned that. And the reason is, and I don't think this is the same, but you need to go to the TCL comment in our show notes.
Okay.
TCL, fresh off of dropping BlackBerry. And a couple live shows ago, I talked about how TCL was really making some amazing looking devices.
You're right. That does look special.
They drop a brand new one that was supposed to be at Mobile World Congress, but it's now been canceled from a Mobile World Congress perspective. They are going to make a new phone with a slide out display. According to CNET, they rather than a foldable, so a phone that folds like the Razr or the Galaxy Fold, images show a phone that seems to work like an extendable dining room table. So effectively, the device would go from, and this is highly scientific, would go like this. Now, I would be all over that.
Yes, that is.
Now that one's
super interesting.
That one for me is a little bit different because I still don't know how you would do that without the seam. Like I still have lots of questions how you would pull that off without it looking like two separate devices. I don't know how you would do that.
Do you remember the old roll-up shades you used to have at your house or your classroom where, as a kid you'd yank down and it would just flip up like the cartoons? I don't know if that's what they're trying to do, but potentially you could see a roll of the glass material and then it just stretches and then zips itself back.
Let's see if I can actually here we go. The images paint a compelling picture that the device could be, what the device could be, but they raise more questions than the answer. For starters, when the device is expanded, has the expanded screen, it seems to stretch continuously from one edge to the other, which begs the question, what happens when the device is unexpanded? Great question. If it folds behind the first screen, then it's going to have to bend very sharply in order to fit behind the smartphone-sized housing. It also says that half the phone will be left empty when the device is expanded, since it will be able to fit while the device is in a more compact mode. I would love to figure out how TCL does that. I have no idea, but I am all for that. Like, I don't know if I like the idea of the folding like this. If I had my preference, it would be like that, like the Microsoft Surface Duo. It would be like the book. I think it's very interesting. But the fact that I could just pull it out like a dining room table and then slide it back in, okay, now you've piqued my interest.
Yeah, because imagine if they were able to get a truly two-handed keyboard to display across the whole bottom of that screen to where you could almost touch type on it.
Mm-hmm. Wow. I don't know if we're ever going to get like a touch type. Like, have you ever, I hate typing on an iPad.
Well, I was going to say something below the form factor of an iPad. I don't know either.
Oh my God, I hate typing on an iPad.
Yeah, there's no feedback.
Well, I don't care about the feedback. I just can't. I type really fast. Poorly, but I type very fast, and I just can't do that on an iPad. Not that fast for me.
Yeah.
Like my hand, I need even the MacBook Pro, their keyboard that sucks has enough of a raise in the keyboard that I can still type. So. Just a couple other things before we go. Ring finally forces two-factor authentication, which is good, but don't buy them. Buy the Google Nest Hello. This goes to now people who are not accustomed to two-factor authentication are now being forced to just straight up use two-factor. And that's because they have a hard time getting the privacy controls under wraps. Under control, and also, by the way, that even with two-factor on, they still can't figure it out.
Well, and it's really unfortunate that wasn't baked in from the beginning, because now you've got several years worth of people who have bought Ring products who are now having to go back and reset all their devices.
That's why you should always buy Google. Always. Shameless plug. Google products for the win. Yeah? No? That's 3. About 14 more minutes, and I think we're going to be good for number 4. New iPad on the way. There's a 12-inch iPad that's reportedly being worked on for a March release. That would then, I guess, coincide with what I think is the iPhone 9. according to imore.com and Bloomberg, I suppose, that nobody who wants a new iPhone will be waiting until September for one. They'll be able to get the iPhone 9, which could still be announced in March, that's being made in the areas that the coronavirus is in.
It's all right. You just drop it in a bucket of hand sanitizer when you first get it.
No. According to this, it's preparing to launch a new low-cost iPhone called the iPhone 9, around $400. That's actually a really great price for an iPhone.
Yeah, if they can get that out of the factory in large enough numbers, that will sell astonishingly well at that price point.
I will not buy one at that price point. I would still buy a 3A or a 4A, just because it's my preference. But it looks like you're going to get a 12-inch iPad Pro and a brand new iPhone 9 that's going to come in around the March timeframe, which is really interesting. I'm not sure what to expect out of that, but I don't really know. Like, why would you call the iPhone 9? Why would you go backwards?
Well, it may be a way to differentiate it and get people's attention that it is a lower price point, and as opposed to the latest and greatest iPhone Pro Max Gigantor. Oh, let me buy that 9. It's only $400.
I don't know. It's going to sell. Don't get me wrong. It's going to sell really well. It's probably be one of the top selling, if not the top selling iPhone that will be out there. But I don't know why you would go backwards. Just my personal opinion. Do like what Google did. Call it the iPhone 11A or C, which stands for cheap. I don't know. I don't know if I would go backwards and call it the 9. Because the problem is it's going to have, I guess here's my thing, is it's probably going to have stuff that is not in the 10 or the X. It's going to be stuff that's in the 11, but not in the 10, but in the 9. So you're going to have some of the new goodies from newer than the iPhone 10 and an iPhone 9. Typically you think you go through the progression of phones, a little bit better from a 7 to an 8, a little bit better from an 8 to a 10, a little bit better from an X to or a 10 to an 11. But now I'm going to go better from an 8 to a 10, 10 to 11, but better than an 8, not as good as or better than the 10, but not as bad as the 8. It's just a mess. I don't understand why you would do that.
Either that, or they're going to not make it as good as the 10 or the 11, and that's how they're going to be able to package it at that price point. They'll make it so think about it. So the 8 is only 2 generations old. If they make a phone that's a little bit better than an 8, but a third of the cost of the 11, people will still buy that.
Yeah,
because then the people who still have 7s and 8s can say, "Oh, I'm upgrading to the latest iPhone, but only for $400. Look at me."
I still think I don't know. I think if I go to Apple right now, I can get one of the new 11s for not that much more than $400, right?
Oh, I have no idea.
I'm going out there.
I haven't looked at Apple prices in years.
Okay, I want so I'm going to go here. I'm going to say I want an iPhone 11. Oh yeah, here. Oh wait. That's with the trade in. I want an iPhone 11 right now.
Standard base,
straight,
smallest, everything.
I just want an iPhone 11. I don't take a lot of pictures. I just want to be able to get on FaceTime with my grandkids.
Buy an iPad. You can do.
Why am I old all of a sudden? Oh, okay. So that is a fairly large difference. So it looks like, do you have an iPhone to trade in? I don't have. I'm in my Jazzy scooter and I don't have an iPhone to trade in. I'm
trading up from the original Motorola Razr.
Yeah. Okay. So no, you don't have an iPhone to trade in. So you can get it either for $29.12 a month or $699.
$300 is a lot to your little old lady FaceTiming with her kids.
That is a lot to go to an 11. But if I made my Jazzy scooter, maybe I don't need. Can I get me one of those iPhone 10s? Are they used? Can I get a used one? So if I get an iPhone 10, okay, an iPhone 8 starts at $449, according to this website. So they're saying that iPhone 9 is going to be $50 less. iPhone 10, an iPhone 10R An iPhone 10R right now is $599.
Because the 10R was the low range or the mid range, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
one with the plastic.
I really don't know what they're going to put inside that phone to make that price point and still make a profit on it.
Oh, I don't think Apple has to worry about profit. They're looking.
You know
look,
what I'm
that
saying.
they
You know
want
what I'm
that.
saying.
They want that data. Look, they'll get as many people as they can in that. They want that data. Let's be real. Okay. What else do I got?
Ooh, I just thought of one other thing about why they may be announcing a 9.
Why?
Maybe they're having trouble with the 12.
Well, they missed their second quarter earnings.
Yeah,
They straight up talked
so
about it.
They're grabbing a lot of parts out of bins and just shuffling these phones together and getting them out the door to make some money
I don't know.
to hit their targets, so then they can invest on the development of the 12.
Apple doesn't do that. That's not Apple's MO.
Apple doesn't usually miss their earnings projections either.
They've missed it a lot. Look, they got enough money. They don't have to worry about it. And one last thing before we go, because I'm going to segue to that. HQ Trivia shuts down because, was it Scott Rogowski?
Scott Rogowski.
Is it Rogowski?
Yeah, that was
nice.
one of the original.
Evidently, because when he left or was fired or whatever happened, everybody stopped playing HQ Trivia. Can we just call it the fact that HQ Trivia actually sucked? It just sucked. It sucked, and I hated it, and I never won. Did you ever win?
Yes.
Of course you did.
I won twice.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
Did you win any money?
My bank account was, when I deleted the app, like $3.07.
No.
Yeah.
You just left $3 on the table?
Yeah.
Because you can't cash out
Yeah,
until
you had to have 10.
It's so stupid. Look, it was great in theory. It was
great for like the
moderately
first year.
good in practice. But it didn't have a sustainable model. Like, where are you getting that money from? Sponsorships?
Mm-hmm.
That was where they got it from?
They got it a lot from sponsorships, and then in the last couple of years before I stopped playing, there were actual ads.
Really?
Like when they would first fire up the app and start blowing it out to everybody's phones, it was, oh, here, watch a 10-second ad for, bubble water or something.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. Well, it sucked and it's gone, so I don't feel bad.
There's number 4.
Okay. That's all I got. That was actually really interesting that we got through the show. Does anybody have any? Is there any comments? Did I get anything? Any comments?
Larry says that Google should hire you to do short little jingles.
Oh, okay. Should we do a quick Google jingle? Give me a
he
Google
said,
product.
Google products for the win in your jingle voice.
Google products for the win. You should buy all the Google things. What about Google and ASMR? I can't wait till the Google Pixel 5 comes out. It's going to be amazing.
And then Pixel Buds. Oh, yeah.
I can't wait to put the Pixel Buds in my ear. I can't wait till the Pixel 5 is available. It's going to be amazing. What other ASMR things should I do?
None.
Wow. From the top rope. Geet, welcome to the show. First time here. Found you through the tech fight last weekend. I just talked about the tech fight. It's amazing. Welcome to the show, my friend. Number 5, but he deserved it. I didn't even care. Okay, Stats. I know you're drinking your beer. Hit him with your socials, please.
I am at Helix Heinlein on the Tweet Machine and at Country Smith on the Instagram.
I am at Scott Peachy on the Tweet Machine and at the Scott Peachy on Instagram. And if you want to see me sing
in vertical video,
shut up. Seriously, that's what you're gonna go with right now? Demonetize in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If you want to find me on Instagram, I sing songs. Instagram.com/thescottpeachy. Make sure you put an EY on the end. ASMR. All right, that's all I got. Thanks for coming. Check us out next Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 11 a.m. Australian time. And good eye. You call that a knife? Now this is a knife. All right, we're out of here.
Thanks for stopping by, everybody.
Oh my God, I'm